The war was over. Stars were quiet now. No more lasers, no more screams. Only cold silence floating in space, on a broken moon near the edge of a forgotten galaxy. Something ancient was still alive. It was a dragon, not an Earth dragon. No, this one was born among the stars. Its body was bigger than a battleship. Its wings could block the sun. Its eyes were like glowing oceans filled with fire, pain, memories. It was the last of its kind, the deadliest alien dragon in the universe. Once it had burned planets. Once it had ripped warships apart with just its claws. Even the strongest armies had feared its name. Now it had no name. Everyone who remembered it was gone. Everyone it loved was gone too. The dragon had stopped flying, stopped speaking, stopped roaring. It lay on cold rocks, surrounded by broken machines and ashes. Its scales were cracked, its wings were folded and still. Its fire had almost died. It was waiting not for help, but for death. "I've burned enough," it whispered. "Let the stars forget me." Every day the dragon looked at the sky. Stars came and went. Time passed. No one came until, one day, something strange happened. A small pod entered the moon's orbit. It was shaking, smoking, falling fast. The dragon opened one eye, then closed it again. Just more junk, it thought. Let it crash. But the pod didn't crash. It landed hard, but it didn't break. The door opened, and a boy stepped out. A human boy, maybe 15 years old, thin, tired, and dirty. He wore a backpack and held something strange in his hand, a small, old music player. The dragon didn't move. It thought he'll run away. "When he sees me..." But the boy didn't run. He looked at the giant dragon, standing like a mountain of metal and bone, and said, "You're real." The dragon didn't reply. The boy walked closer. "You're the last one, aren't you?" said the last alien dragon. Still no answer. The boy sat on a rock, not far from the dragon's giant head. He looked up at the stars. "You look tired," he whispered. The dragon heard him. It had heard many things in its life. Screams, explosions, prayers, but never words like this. The boy looked down at his music player. "I brought something," he said. "I don't know if it's stupid, but I want to play it." The dragon didn't care. It was ready to die. What harm could a small human and a tiny device do? The boy pressed a button, and music began. Not loud, not sharp, just soft. Slow and old. It was not music from Earth's new world. It was different, deep, like something from the past. Something powerful. The dragon opened one eye again. It felt something, a memory, a sound it hadn't heard in 1,000 years. Its body twitched. Its wings moved a little. The fire inside its chest glowed for a second. The boy didn't notice. He just kept listening, eyes closed, swaying gently to the rhythm. Then the dragon spoke. Its voice was like thunder rolling over mountains. "Where did you get that song?" The boy froze. He looked up slowly. "You can talk?" Kay asked. The dragon raised its head just a little. "Answer me that song. It is not meant to be heard again." The boy looked at the device in his hand. "It was in my grandmother's." "Old things?" She said it was forbidden, but I liked how it sounded. The dragon stared at him. For the first time in years, its eyes were fully open. "You should not be here, boy." "But now, you are." The boy asked, "Do you want me to stop the music?" The dragon closed its eyes again. "No," it said. "Let it play." The music played. The sound echoed across the silent moon. Soft notes danced in the air like stars. The boy sat quietly. The dragon didn't move, but something inside it was changing. This song, it was not just a melody. It was something more, something powerful. Long ago, this song had been heard by dragons during peaceful times, before war, before fear. Everything was taken from them. The dragon remembered. It remembered flying with others like him, under twin suns, as this song played in the background of their world. That time was gone. Their planet had been destroyed, their songs banned, their name erased, and yet here it was, playing again, 'cause of a human boy. The dragon slowly opened its glowing eyes. "You should not know this song," it said. The boy looked up. "I didn't. I just found it." "Where?" the dragon asked, voice heavy and slow. "In my grandmother's storage box," the boy answered. "It was on this old device. She said it was dangerous. Thought I should never play it, but I was curious." The dragon stared at him. "That song was forbidden by the Galactic Council," the dragon said. "Long ago, after they used it in the war, then locked it away." "Why?" the boy asked. "Because music has power, especially that song. It holds memories, secrets, codes. It can wake things that were meant to sleep forever." The boy looked worried now. "Did I do something wrong?" The dragon took a deep breath. Smoke rose from its nose for the first time in years. "No, you did something brave," the dragon said. "But now the stars will notice, and they will come." The boy looked up at the sky. It was calm, but he felt a strange chill in his bones. Dragon shifted slowly. Its claws cracked the stone under its body. It had not moved in decades. Now, it had strength. The fire in its chest burned again, warm and alive. The boy was amazed. "Are you?" "Healing?" "Yes," the dragon answered. "That song carries energy from my kind. It speaks to my blood, wakes what was lost." The boy smiled. "That's beautiful." The dragon looked at him, studying his face. "You are not like other humans," it said. The boy shrugged. "Maybe I'm just different." Then suddenly, a soft humming sound filled the sky. The dragon lifted its head quickly. They heard it. "What is it?" the boy asked. "Scanners. From above, drones sent by the council. They have tracked the sound." The boy stood up. "Will they come here?" "They will," the dragon said. "And they will want to silence it, and me." "Why?" the boy asked, feeling a tightness in his chest. "Because the truth is dangerous. This song holds the truth of my people. What really happened? Who really started the war? The council does not want anyone to remember." The boy's hand shook. He looked down at the music player. It had stopped. "Should I delete it?" "Oh," said the dragon, with a deep growl. "You must protect it. Even if I die, that song must live." The boy nodded. "Okay." They sat in silence for a moment. Then the dragon said, "There's more." "More what?" the boy asked. "More songs. God, hidden deep in this moon. If you help me, I will show you." The boy took a deep breath. "I'll help." Above them, the sky shimmered with faint red lights. The council had started watching, but the boy didn't run. The dragon didn't hide. The song had been sung. There was no turning back. The dragon slowly stood up, its wings stretched wide for the first time in many years. Dust fell from its back like ash from a dying fire. But the fire inside was no longer dying. It was returning. The boy stepped back and watched in awe. "You're really waking up," he whispered. The dragon turned its glowing eyes toward him. That song brought something back. It said, "A part of me I thought was gone forever." The boy looked around. The moon was still quiet, but the air felt different now, warmer, heavier, like something powerful was rising from the ground itself. Suddenly, strange lights floated up from the cracks in the rocky surface. Tiny glowing orbs, blue gold, and red, danced around the dragon like fireflies. The boy gasped. "What are those?" The dragon's voice was low and full of emotion. "Memories. My people stored them here, in the stones, in the dust, in the air." The orbs swirled gently, as if greeting the dragon. Some of them touched its skin, making its scales glow brighter. The boy held out his hand. One small orb floated near his fingers. It didn't burn. It felt warm and soft, like a heartbeat. "I can feel something," the boy said softly. "It's like sadness and love." At the same time, the dragon nodded. "You're feeling our past." The song unlocked it. The boy looked at the music player in his hand. "This little thing did all that?" "Did more than you know," said the dragon. "It opened the gate, and now the truth is waking." The boy sat on a rock and looked at the sky. Will more come out? More memories? Yes, the dragon replied. But slowly, the pain is deep. These memories are old, some are not ready yet. The dragon walked slowly toward a tall stone in the center of the moon's surface. It was shaped like a tooth, dark and sharp. Half buried in the ground, with one swipe of its claw, the dragon cut a glowing line across the stone. A door appeared. The boy stood up quickly. What's that? A vault, the dragon said. Place where we hid our last truth, our last gift to the galaxy. The boy walked closer, careful not to step on the glowing orbs. Inside the vault, the walls were covered in strange symbols, glowing, moving like water. In the center was a crystal, floating in midair, was pulsing gently like a slow heartbeat. The boy stared at it. What is this? It's a seed, said the dragon. Not for a plant, but for an idea. A message. It holds everything we knew. Our science, our stories, our pain. The boy's eyes widened. You want me to take it? The dragon looked at him. Yes, you're the first being in 100 years to listen. Truly listen. That's why the song called you. The boy held out his hands. The crystal floated down gently and stopped above his palms. It didn't touch him, it just stayed close, warm, and glowing. Suddenly, a loud beep came from the music player. The boy checked the screen. A red warning flashed. Signal traced. External eyes watching. The boy looked at the dragon. Found us. The dragon closed its eyes and took a deep breath. They're coming, it said. Who? The boy asked, though he already knew the answer. The ones who erased us. The ones who fear the truth. The wind picked up. The sky above them shimmered. Something was moving up there. The boy felt a mix of fear and courage. He looked at the dragon and said, We won't run. The dragon lowered its head, gently touching the boy's shoulder with the tip of its nose. No, it said. We'll fly. The sky was no longer quiet. Far above the moon, giant ships moved like shadows, cold, silver, and deadly. These were not rescue ships. These were not explorers. They were hunters, sent by the Galactic Council. They had one mission: destroy what the boy had awakened. The dragon looked up. Its eyes burned with fire again. Not anger, but purpose. They are afraid, the dragon said. They always were. The boy held the glowing crystal tightly. It floated just above his hand, warm and steady. They're coming for this, he said. Yes, the dragon replied. And for me? But why? It's just knowledge, the boy asked. To you, it's knowledge. To them, it's danger. Truth can destroy lies, and they built their power on lies. The dragon spread its wings. Light flashed across its body. The broken moon shook under its feet. The boy looked up at the massive wings. Can you still fly? I don't know, the dragon said, but I will try. The boy hesitated, then asked, Can I come with you? The dragon looked at him. For a long moment, You're not just a boy anymore, it said. You're the keeper of the last memory. Yes, you must come. The boy climbed carefully onto the dragon's back. Its scales were hard like stone, but warm. The dragon rose slowly. Stones cracked. Wind roared, and then with a great blast, a fire, the dragon leapt into the sky. It was slow at first. Its wings struggled against the cold air. But then higher and higher it rose above the moon, toward the stars. The boy held on tight, eyes wide. He had never seen the stars like this, so close, so bright. Above them, the council ships began to move. Unidentified creature approaching. One voice said through the ship's radios, Energy source detected. Extremely old. Possibly Class Omega, another voice answered. Target, destroy. Lasers powered up. The dragon saw the lights flash. Hold on, it growled. Suddenly it rolled to the side, dodging the first blast. The sky lit up with fire. The boy screamed, but didn't let go. The dragon spun through space like a comet, dodging and diving. But there were too many ships, too many weapons. They'll surround us, the boy shouted. Then we go where they can't follow, the dragon said. It turned sharply and dove toward the largest ship, the flagship. The council didn't expect it. With a roar that shook space itself, the dragon opened its mouth. A blast of ancient fire exploded out, not just flames, but raw energy. It struck the ship's shields. The shield cracked, then shattered. The flagship shook and lost power. Impossible. One council officer shouted. That creature was extinct. The boy laughed, amazed. You're winning. No, the dragon said. We're surviving. Lasers kept firing. The dragon took a few hits. Its side burned. A wing tore slightly, but it kept flying. Then the boy saw something. Ahead, a strange blue light floating in space. What's that? He asked. A portal, the dragon said. An old one, my kind. Built it before the war. A hidden escape. Where does it lead? Somewhere safe. Somewhere secret. More ships came from behind. We have no choice, the dragon said. Flew faster, pushing through pain and fire. The boy held on. The crystal glowed brighter then, in one final burst of speed. They dove into the portal. The sky behind them closed. The hunters were left in silence. The council was angry, but the boy and the dragon were gone. For now, the portal closed behind them. Silence returned. The boy opened his eyes slowly. They were no longer near the broken moon. No warships, no lasers. Just calm space. Around them floated a small green planet. It was beautiful, covered in clouds, oceans, and forests. A glowing ring of blue energy surrounded it like a shield. Dragon breathed deeply. His body was tired, but alive. We made it, the dragon said. Where are we? The boy asked, still holding the glowing crystal. A planet called Lorinth, the dragon replied. It was hidden during the Great War. Only the oldest dragons knew of it. The boy looked at the peaceful world below. It looks untouched. It is, said the dragon. No machines, no battles, no lies. They flew through the energy ring. The shield allowed them to pass, recognizing the dragon's blood. As they entered the planet's atmosphere, warm air and soft light welcomed them. The dragon flew low, gliding over forests, rivers, and mountains. Birds flew beside them. Strange creatures ran below. Everything felt alive and free. The boy smiled. It's like a dream. It was meant to be a home, the dragon said. For our young, but we never returned. They landed near a tall silver tree, glowing gently in the wind. The dragon folded its wings, breathing deeply. I must rest, it said. But you must go inside. Inside what? The boy asked. The dragon pointed its nose toward the tree. Beneath its roots was a small door, shaped like a star. That door leads to the Hall of Memory. You must place the crystal there. The boy walked slowly to the door. It opened without touch. Inside was a tunnel, glowing blue. The boy walked carefully, past walls covered in moving light, like water filled with stars, reached a round room. In the center floated a tall stone with a hole in its middle. The crystal began to move on its own. It floated gently into the hole and stopped. Suddenly, the room filled with light. Images appeared in the air, dragons flying through space, smiling children watching them, cities full of peace. Then darkness, war, explosions, betrayal. The boy watched silently. He saw how the dragons tried to protect the weak. He saw how the Galactic Council spread lies. He saw how the song, the forbidden song, was the last gift the dragons left. Behind tears filled the boy's eyes. He whispered, they never wanted war. The images faded. A soft voice filled the room. It was not the dragon outside. It was older, gentle, female. You who carry the memory, hear this. You are now the guardian. The truth lives in you. When the stars forget, you must remind them. The light dimmed. The crystal now floated in the boy's hand again, but it had changed. It was brighter, warmer. Awake, the boy returned outside. The dragon was watching the sky. They'll come again, Dragon said. The boy nodded. Then we'll tell the truth. They won't listen, the dragon warned. Then we'll make them listen. The boy replied, his voice steady. The dragon smiled, not with lips, but with its eyes. You are more than human now. I'm the guardian, the boy said. The dragon stood tall again, wings ready. We will travel, it said, from star to star. We will sing the forbidden song. We will show them what they forgot. And if they try to stop us, the boy asked, then they'll face a dragon, it said. The sun began to rise on Lorinth. A new journey had begun. The dragon flew again, this time with purpose. The boy sat on its back, the glowing crystal tied close to his chest. His eyes watched the stars around them. They were no longer just lights in the sky. They were places, people, stories waiting. To be heard, their mission had begun. From planet to planet. They traveled. At first no one believed them. Some people laughed. Some were afraid. Many refused to listen. The Galactic Council had filled the galaxy with lies for so long. The truth now sounded like a fairy tale, but the boy and the dragon did not. Stop. They sang the forbidden song, wherever the song echoed. Strange things happened. Old machines woke up. Lost memories returned. And hidden messages played in the air. People started to listen. On one frozen world. An elder fell to his knees and wept when he heard the song. He had heard it as a child before it was banned. On another world. A group of young students recorded the song and sent it across the galaxy using secret channels. It was working. The truth was spreading. But so was danger. The Galactic Council grew. Angry, they sent hunters, soldiers, and spies. They labeled the boy a criminal. They called the dragon a weapon. They offered rewards for anyone who could stop them. Still, he kept going. Then came the message. A secret transmission. Not from the council, but from inside it. We know the truth, the voice said. Not all of us agree with the silence. Come to the Red Moon. There is hope. The dragon and the boy looked at each other. It could be a trap, the dragon warned. It could be a chance, the boy said. They went. The Red Moon was dry and cracked, circling a dying sun. But underground, group waited. Scientists, teachers, dreamers, people who had doubted the council for years. You are the guardian, a woman said. We've been waiting. The boy shared the song. He showed them the crystal. The memories. The history tears filled many eyes. One old man whispered, I knew the dragons were never the enemy. But suddenly, alarms screamed. They found us. Someone shouted. Ships fell from the sky like angry stars. The council had traced the signal. Run, someone cried. But the boy stepped forward. No, this time, we stand.
The dragon
roared. Fire blazed from its mouth. Its wings glowed like firelit shields. Underground, the rebels protected the vaults. The boy stood at the entrance, holding the crystal high. It shined like a sun. The council's soldiers landed, armored, armed. Cold, this is your last warning, one shouted. Surrender the truth. The boy didn't move. The dragon stepped beside him. We are the truth, the soldiers fired. The dragon shielded the boy, flames bursting from its body. The crystal responded, creating a dome of light around them. Great battle began. The rebels fought bravely. Many fell, but more joined, and in the middle of fire smoke. In chaos, the boy sang. He sang the forbidden song with all his heart. Loud, clear, fearless. The crystal glowed, brighter than ever across. The stars, those who heard the song, paused. People cried. Machines unlocked. Secrets spilled. The galaxy was waking up, but the dragon was weakening. Too many wounds, too much fire. The boy held its face. Don't leave me, he whispered. The dragon smiled weakly. I am not leaving. And becoming the flame, its body glowed. The crystal flew from the boy's hand into the dragon's heart. A shah, pulse, and then silence. The dragon's body vanished. In its place floated a new star. a star that burned with memory. The soldiers stopped. The rebels stared. The council ships fled. The truth had won, and the boy, now glowing with light from within, looked up at the sky. The last dragon was gone, but its flame would never die. The war was over, not with guns, not with fire, but with a song. The boy now walked alone, but not empty. The dragon's flame lived inside him. It gave him strength, gave him memory, and most of all, it gave him a voice that could no longer be silenced. The council had vanished from many worlds. Some ran. Some surrendered. Some simply disappeared, their lies exposed by the truth. The boy had become a legend. Some called him the Flame Bearer. Others called him the Last Singer. Yet to him he was just the boy who listened. He traveled from world to world, not on a dragon's back, but in a small ship made by those who believed in peace. Time he arrived. People gathered. They waited to hear the forbidden song, the song that had woken the last dragon and shaken the galaxy awake. On a desert world, he sang to children under twin suns. They cried without knowing why. The song touched something deep inside. On a cold world of metal cities, machines stopped for a moment, a silent pause. Then they restarted with new programming, no longer under council control. On a water planet, even the whales sang back. The boy smiled. "The stars are singing again," he whispered. Years passed. The boy became a man. He never stopped traveling, never stopped singing. But one day, on a quiet green moon, something changed. He felt it in the wind, in the way the leaves moved, in the way the air seemed to hum before he even opened his mouth. He walked to the center of the moon, a large stone circle with ancient markings. He sat in the middle, placed the glowing crystal in front of him, began to sing. But this time the song changed. It wasn't just the forbidden song, it was something new. His voice mixed with the memory of the dragon, with the cries of lost worlds, with the laughter of the young. It became a song of healing, of unity, of hope. The crystal responded. It floated into the air. Light burst out in every direction and across the stars. Things moved. Dormant portals reopened. Old vaults lit up. Dragons, hidden in stasis for centuries, began to stir. Not just one, not just a few. Hundreds. They woke slowly, blinking, confused, and then remembering. Their minds connected to the song, to him, to the flame that lived on every world where a dragon woke. The sky lit up with fire. People looked up and wept. The dragons had returned, not as weapons, but as keepers of peace. The boy's voice, now carried by the stars, had called them home, back on the green moon. He fell to his knees. Tears ran down his face, not from pain, but from joy. "They heard me," he whispered. Right. He heard me. The first dragon, his dragon, appeared in the light, not in body, but in spirit, made of flame and memory. "You kept your promise," it said. The man smiled. "So did you." They stood in silence for a moment. Then the spirit dragon said, "It's time." "Time for what?" the man asked. "For the next chapter," it answered. And slowly, his body began to glow. His form rose into the air, light swirling around him. He was becoming something new, not just human, not just memory, but a voice that would never fade. Across the galaxy, children would someday hear that voice in their dreams, not as a myth, but as a call, a reminder that truth, no matter how hidden, always finds a way to rise, and that even the deadliest dragon only needed a human boy's song to live again.